what you've been through, why you got scars. Since you walked through the door, I've been trying to reach you, 'cause I feel you. What's the story to tell? What's the story behind the mountain you're trying to climb? Think I've heard it before.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or if you're brand new here and this is the first time you ever see me, what's up? I am Jen. I share all things health and wellness here on the channel. Anything I do to level up my own life, I share with you guys in hopes to inspire and motivate you to do the same. So if that sounds like your jam, make sure to subscribe before we jump into today's video. Alrighty, guys, we have another crock pot video coming at you guys. You guys have absolutely been loving these, and I have been loving using the crock pot every single night. It makes life so much easier. It makes the night routine and dinner routine so much easier. So we are loving that. It makes for awesome leftovers. You guys know I have talked about it at length here, but it definitely sets you up for success. It makes life so much easier. And I'm loving trying all the new recipes. We have 3 recipes for you tonight. They are all relatively simple and easy, all delicious. So without a ton of gabbing, let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, we are doing some crock pot steak fajitas. I have everything prepped and ready to rock and roll. We're actually making this on Taco Tuesday tomorrow, but I am prepping it because I want it to marinate overnight. You could skip this step and just throw it all right in the crock pot, but I want it to be extra flavorful, extra tender, all the things. So I'm going to go ahead and take the extra step to marinate it all tonight. Plus, it'll just make it that much easier for tomorrow. I have 30.5 ounces here of beef bottom round steak stir fry. I have some bell peppers here. I'll have all the measurements at the end. I have some onion here I already chopped up. To it, we're going to add some avocado oil, some minced garlic, some of the Kinder's fajita blend, and some of the Kinder's taco blend, and some of the Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning. Going to mix all of this in a Ziploc bag, throw it in the fridge, and let it marinate overnight, and it will be ready to rock and roll in the crock pot for tomorrow. Alright guys, it's the next day. This baby has been marinating in the fridge all night long. We are simply just going to dump it out of the Ziploc right into the crock pot. Alright you guys, this stuff smells dynamite already. I'm going to put this on high probably about 3 hours, but I'm going to check it probably about 2 hours in and just check out the tenderness and consistency and then go from there. But I'm thinking 3 hours will do the trick. Alright guys, so 3 hours seems to be the money spot. We just tasted it. The meat is tender. It's delicious. It's awesome. We're getting ready to plate it up. Alright, these beauties are plated up. Tortillas I used are the Carb Counter Street Tacos. They're 20 calories a piece. Then I have the steak fajita mix on there with some sour cream and some more of the chili lime seasoning on top. 320 calories, 40 grams of protein, 22 carbs, and 11 fat for the whole plate. Just for the steak fajita mixture, it's 200 calories, 33 grams of protein, 6 carbs, and 4 fat. Definitely should try making these. Next up is going to be some beef stroganoff. This one is super simple. We have 2 pounds of sirloin steak tips here that I've just cubed up in bite-sized pieces. I had 2 packs that I got from Walmart. To it, we are going to be adding 2 cans of the Campbell's Golden Mushroom Soup, some Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse Seasoning, because you guys know that's my go-to seasoning for everything, some Worcestershire sauce, some minced garlic, some beef bouillon. I have 1 medium onion here that I chopped up, and then a block of Greek cream cheese. I like using this one because it's half the fat and 4 times more the protein, but you can use whatever cream cheese you have on hand, and then some light sour cream. We aren't going to be adding both of these until a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and get everything else dumped in first. Also, if you don't have the golden mushroom soup on hand, if you have any French onion soup, or if you have cream of mushroom soup, you can substitute for either of those and then just add a little bit of tomato paste and you should be good to go. But we have 2 cans of the golden mushrooms, so we're going to go ahead and use that.
Living on the highway.
Alright, so I took the mushroom can and added about a half a can of water in there. I'm just going to stir this all up. You guys know I love browning meat before I put it in the crock pot. Didn't really have time to do that today, but if you wanted to take the extra minute to take that step and brown the steak tips first, it adds an extra layer of flavor. It helps them hold their texture really good, and it just makes it absolutely delicious. Alright, we have this yumminess all mixed up and ready to rock and roll. I am going to put this on high for 4 hours, again, because I'm crunched for time. But you guys know I'm huge on texture, so I will check it along the way and see how it's going. And of course, I'll show you guys as we go. Alright, this baby's been cooking for about 3 hours now. We are going to check it. It's been on high. It's got the whole house smelling divine. Oh, camera's fogging up. But it is looking awesome, so I'm actually gonna turn it on low for the last hour or so before we add the cream cheese and sour cream in. I've got my block of cream cheese here that I just cubed up, and then I have 4 tablespoons of the light sour cream. Pop that in the microwave for about 30 seconds just so the cream cheese will be super soft as I go ahead and mix it through. All right, well, it's in there and the camera always fogs up. I'm just gonna mix this through and let this sit on warm for a little while until we're ready to plate it up. All right, guys, it is ready to rock and roll. And I know typically beef stroganoff goes with egg noodles, but we decided to go ahead and throw it with some mashed potatoes tonight. When we do leftovers, we're gonna have it with egg noodles. But I've already tasted it. It's delicious. Just for the beef stroganoff, not the mashed potatoes, it is 350 calories, 36 grams of protein, 13 carbs, 16 fat. For the entire plate with the mashed potatoes, it's 571 calories, 45 grams of protein, 46 carbs, and 27 fat. And I just use the Yukon Gold mashed potatoes that I get from Sam's because they're convenient, easy, and delicious. So we made dinner super easy tonight. Alrighty guys, next up we are whipping up some braised beef short ribs. I have wanted to make these forever and haven't, and now we are going for it, and I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. I am pumped. I have 2 packs of beef short ribs here that I picked up at Walmart. They are the Angus Premium Choice beef bone-in chuck short ribs, and like I said, I got 2 packs here. I've already salted and peppered them. I am going to brown them up in my cast iron skillet here. With this particular recipe, I believe this is a necessary step. You guys know, oftentimes I like to brown up my meat regardless of the dinner I'm making because it adds that extra layer of flavor and it just gives it a good texture, but it's not always necessary. However, for this recipe, I definitely think that you need to do this. It's a critical step in making this dish. So we are gonna brown up our short ribs, and then to it, we're gonna add some Better Than Bouillon beef base. You can use whatever beef stock you have, an onion, some minced garlic, Truvia brown sugar, or whatever brown sugar replacement you have, or regular brown sugar if you want to, some tomato paste, some Worcestershire sauce, and some red wine. I have Cabernet here. You guys know, if you caught my last grocery haul, I also picked up some of this red cooking wine, but from everything I read and everybody I talked to, they said ditch this and just go for the real thing. It levels up the flavor, and so we are going for that. So we're going to start by browning our meat up first. Beautiful sizzle. We're going to put the bone side up. Get these babies browning, and I did weigh all of this with the bone in, and then I will just take the bone out at the end and minus that out of the recipe. For those of you that are tracking, that's how I'm doing it. I'm going to throw them on top of this bed of onions, and we'll get the sauce going. So all of those beauties are browned up and on top of the onions. Now to the pan, it did render a lot of fat, so I dumped a lot of that out, left a little bit in there that I'm going to add everything else to. Measure the garlic to your liking, some Worcestershire sauce, red wine, brown sugar, Gonna mix this through for a couple minutes, and we're gonna dump this sauce right over the meat. Adding about a 1/4 cup of water in there as well. Sauce is on. Now we're gonna pop this baby on low for about 6 hours. 6 hours, and the meat just fell off the bone. I just deboned all of them, took the fat out, all of that. Weighed it up here over on the side so I can minus that out of the recipe. Came to 17 ounces. So I have 40 ounces of the beef in here. Family isn't home yet, but as soon as they are, we will plate this baby up. Dinner is done and plated up, and I am here to tell you this meat is so tender and falling apart and delicious. It is a fattier meat. So like I said, I removed all the bones and the fat, which there was quite a bit of fat on these short ribs. Had I gone in the store myself, I would have tried to pick some that aren't as fat. It's a fattier meat anyways, and they are definitely higher calorie for the protein ratio, but they are delicious, and we are going in with them nonetheless. And I've paired it here with some of the Yukon Gold mashed potatoes and some green beans. 503 calories for the entire plate, 32 grams of protein, 24 carbs, and 35 fat. And the onions and the meat are absolutely phenomenal. Alright guys, so that'll do it for this crock pot video. Let me know any of your favorite crock pot meals that you are absolutely loving right now that I need to throw into my dinner rotation. Pop them down below so that we can all keep it fun and spicy in the kitchen. I definitely will be bringing more of these to you guys. I will say with the beef short ribs, flavor was spot on, delicious, awesome, but there was just so much fat. I will definitely go in store and look for some. Like I said, it is a higher fat meat, but you can get them without as much fat as those ones have, and I think that that would be absolutely delicious because the flavor was really good. Steak fajitas are always easy and amazing, and the beef stroganoff was 100 million out of 10. We ended up doing that with the Yukon Gold mashed potatoes. Would be awesome with the egg noodles. We did it with rice. It was phenomenal. So you could do a ton with that, and that just gets better as leftovers. So that one is definitely a winner. So let me know if you guys try any of these. Let me know if you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Share it with anybody else you think it may be helpful to. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure to do that before you leave. And thank you guys so very much for watching, and I'll catch you in Thursday's video.